I wasn't looking for anything dangerous, just something interesting. It started like every other late night dive into the weird side of the internet. I had a hot cup of tea, headphones on, and my old laptop humming like it was trying to breathe. I was scrolling through an archive thread on an old conspiracy forum. Half the links were dead, the rest pointed to creepypastas and ghost stories pretending to be real. I knew they weren't. I didn't believe in that stuff. I just liked the vibe of it all. It's like visiting a haunted house. You don't expect to get hurt. You just want to feel something unusual. That's why I stopped scrolling when I saw a comment from 2007 buried deep in a reply chain. I found a song once. It only played once. After I heard it, I couldn't sleep without feeling someone in the room with me. Don't listen. Just don't. It had no replies, no context, just a dead username and that one message. I should have moved on. Instead, I copied the string of random characters that followed, looked like a broken URL or a hash of some kind, and plugged it into a search engine out of curiosity. Nothing at first. Then, for a fraction of a second, my screen flickered. Just black, like it blinked. When it came back, there was no search result, no browser, just a black screen and a single gray button in the center. Play. Underneath, in pale gray text, whoever listens to this song will begin to hallucinate. Within 7 days, they die in their sleep. I laughed. I actually laughed. It was like a scene straight out of a B-movie. It had to be a prank, some kind of interactive horror art, or a music video with a gimmick. No artist name, no controls, just the button. I hesitated, then clicked it. The screen stayed black. 10 seconds passed. Silence. Then I heard it. A soft piano note, drawn out, cold. A pause. Another note, off-key. It wasn't music, not really. More like someone learning how to play with gloves on. But something about it felt wrong, intimate. Like the piano wasn't just playing, it was watching me as it did. The notes started forming a slow, fragmented melody. Barely music, barely anything. Just a strange, haunting lullaby played from another room, in the house you're not supposed to enter. That's when I felt the breath on my neck. Cold. Real. It hit me in one smooth exhale, like someone was leaning close behind me, slow and deliberate. I spun around. No one. Just my room. The window was cracked open. Draft, probably. Just a draft. Still, I got up and shut the window. Locked it. When I turned back, the screen was back to normal. My desktop. The browser was gone. No history. No record of the page. Like it had never happened. But the melody, it stayed. I couldn't hum it. Couldn't even remember how it went. But I felt it. Like it was now part of the silence between every sound I heard. I went to bed early for once. Just wanted to forget it. I turned off the light and lay down. My room was quiet. My eyes were heavy. And then, the mattress moved. Not a lot. Just enough. The way it does when someone sits down at the edge. My eyes snapped open. Pitch black. I didn't move. I just stared into the dark, heart hammering in my chest. Slowly, I reached over and flicked on the bedside lamp. No one was there. The mattress looked smooth and untouched. I lay back, uneasy, chalked it up to nerves, maybe even sleep paralysis. I've had that once or twice. but I wasn't frozen. I could move. Just as I started to drift off again, I felt it one more time. A breath, cold and slow, directly on my face. I opened my eyes and saw them. Two blue eyes, bright and glowing like LEDs, hovering in the air, just inches from mine. No face, no outline, just the eyes. I screamed and turned on every light in the room. Gone. Not a sound, not a creak, not even a breeze. But I didn't sleep again that night. I sat in the corner until sunrise. And even now, as I write this, I can feel it behind me. Watching, waiting. Day 2. I've been awake for over 30 hours now. I tried to sleep this morning once the sun came up, but I couldn't. Every time I closed my eyes, I felt like I was being watched. Not the way you imagine being watched, like the vague anxiety of a dark hallway, but the distinct feeling that someone is in the room with you, present, real. I told myself last night was just a dream, sleep paralysis maybe, but that doesn't explain how vivid it was. Those eyes, they weren't hazy or dreamlike. They were sharp, glowing, alive. I can still see them when I blink too long. Around noon, I got up and tried to shake the paranoia. I took a shower, ate, stared blankly at my phone for a while, scrolling like a zombie. But I couldn't shake the cold. It's weird. The heater's on, but the air around me feels off, like it's not cold in the room, but on me, like something is clinging to my skin. I tried turning on some music to clear my head. Bad idea. The moment I hit play on my usual playlist, I heard a wrong note. Just one, woven into the song like it didn't belong. It sounded familiar. I skipped to the next track, again. Another off-key note, like a piano key being struck from another world, just beneath the surface of the song. It didn't match the music, didn't belong to it. It was from the melody. The melody, the one I heard that night. Now I'm scared to listen to anything. Later in the afternoon, I left the apartment. Thought I'd feel better out in public. But I felt like I was being followed. Every time I passed a reflective surface, a window, a puddle, a car door, I thought I saw a figure just behind me. Not a full figure, just a silhouette, pale and still. I'd whip around, nothing there. But I know what I saw. I know what I felt. The worst moment came while I was in the grocery store. I was walking down the cereal aisle when the lights flickered. Just a blink. But in that second, every sound disappeared, like the world muted itself, and I felt a sharp, freezing pinch on my wrist. Not painful, just enough to make me drop the box I was holding. I looked down. A smudge, like frostbite. 3 faint marks, like fingers. They faded after a minute, but I didn't stick around to see if they'd come back. I paid for nothing, just walked out. Now I'm home. It's 11:42 p.m. I haven't turned off the lights. I won't. There's something in the silence, something underneath it. It's not just quiet, it's listening. Like I've stepped into a room where the air doesn't move unless something else allows it. I tried to tell a friend about it. I typed out a message. Hey, weird question, but have you ever heard of a song that kills you in 7 days? I hovered over send, deleted it. What would I even say? Hi, I clicked a cursed link, and now a ghost is breathing on me. Even writing this now feels insane, but I need to document it. I need to remind myself that this isn't just a dream. The worst part is, I keep thinking back to that comment on the forum, the one from 2007. I found a song once. It only played once. Did they go through this too? Are they still alive? Or am I next? I've set up a camera tonight, pointed at my bed. I need to know if what I saw last night was real. I'm exhausted, but I'm too scared to close my eyes. If something happens tonight, I'll check the footage in the morning. I just want this to stop. Day 3. I checked the footage this morning. There was nothing. Nothing at all. I stared at the screen in disbelief. The camera was on all night. I had set it up so it was aimed directly at my bed, facing me. If anything happened, if anything at all, there should have been something on there. But no, it was just a recording of my empty room. The same shot I'd see if I were sitting there. I don't know if I'm relieved or terrified. Last night felt so real. When I closed my eyes, I could still feel the cold, still hear the breathing, the whispers, the feeling that something was watching me, waiting for me to fall asleep. But on the footage, I'm alone. Just me, turning in bed, tossing and turning like I always do when I can't sleep. The only noise was the faint hum of the air conditioning. No glowing eyes, no figure, no cold hand on my shoulder. It's almost worse that way. I can't shake the feeling that I'm losing my mind. I went to the grocery store again today. I didn't need anything. I just wanted to get out of the apartment. I thought I might feel better if I just went somewhere, did something. But on the way there, I passed the same car from yesterday, the one I'd seen the silhouette in, and I saw it again, in the reflection of the window. But this time, it wasn't just a shadow. It was there, a pale face, eyes wide and unblinking, frozen in place. I spun around. My heart leapt into my throat. There was no one, just an empty sidewalk. I stood there for a few seconds, waiting. The world felt like it was holding its breath. My pulse was thudding in my ears. Nothing happened. I looked back at the car window, and the reflection was gone. I don't know what to believe anymore. I came back home and felt wrong. The air, the silence. It was heavier. It clung to my skin like cobwebs. I tried to distract myself by watching a movie, but it didn't help. Every scene felt like it was out of focus, like I couldn't connect to it, like I wasn't really watching it, just staring through it. I went to bed earlier tonight, hoping I could at least get some rest. But even then, I couldn't shake the feeling of someone being in the room with me. I turned on the camera again, this time pointing at the doorway. If something was watching me, I'd catch it. If those glowing eyes or the cold hand were real, I'd have proof. I turned off the lights. The room was quiet. At first, I'm writing this now because something just happened. I didn't hear anything at first. No movement, no breathing. Just silence. But then the temperature dropped. I could feel it. A chill creeping into the air, sinking under my skin. I thought it was my imagination. Maybe the AC kicked on. But then I heard it. A faint scratching sound, like nails dragging slowly against something hard. I didn't move. The scratching came again, closer. Then a soft thud. I forced myself to look, to turn and face whatever was in the room with me. Nothing. just the shadows stretching along the walls. I stared into the dark for a long time, but there was nothing, just the empty room. I've been sitting here in the dark, waiting for something to happen. I don't know if I'll sleep tonight. I don't know if I can. But I'm starting to think, what if I did hear the scratching? What if it's not my mind playing tricks on me? I don't think I'm alone anymore. Day 4. I didn't sleep last night. I'm starting to wonder if I ever really do. I've been up for 24 hours straight now. It's not even the exhaustion that's getting to me. It's the feeling. I can't stop feeling it. I wake up, but I never feel like I've actually woken up. It's like I'm always in that moment between sleep and consciousness, where nothing feels real, where the lines blur. I keep seeing things, more than I did before. Not just shadows, but actual shapes, figures that linger just at the edge of my vision. I turn to look, and they vanish, but I know they're there. I feel them. I thought I could escape it by leaving the apartment again, so I took a walk today. I walked for hours, hoping that the fresh air would clear my mind. But the feeling, that feeling, didn't leave. I kept seeing the reflections of people in windows, people who weren't there. Faces staring out at me from behind glass, frozen in place. At first, I thought I was just seeing things. But the more I looked, the more I was sure. Those faces were real. Or at least, they felt real. I stopped to sit at a park bench, just to collect myself. I thought about what I was doing. Was I going crazy? Was I imagining everything? Could I really be this far gone? I pulled out my phone and started scrolling aimlessly. Anything to distract myself. But then, as I scrolled past an old forum thread, I saw something that made my heart stop. A new comment. It wasn't on the thread I had seen before, but it was close. It was another post about the song. A warning, like the others. Don't listen to the song. It gets worse. The present starts touching you. It won't stop. It won't ever stop. I couldn't breathe. My palms were sweaty. I had to get out of there. I couldn't be near that post, not with everything that had been happening. I went home faster than I should have. But when I got back, the apartment felt different. I swear the air was thicker, like it had been charged with something I couldn't name. I kept the lights on, every single one of them. I didn't care about the electricity bill anymore. The shadows in the corners of the room seemed to linger, curling toward the light, almost like they were afraid of it. And then, I felt it. It wasn't just the cold, though that was there too. No, this time, it was a sensation that crawled up my spine, like fingers brushing lightly against the back of my neck. I spun around. There was no one there, but I felt it. I felt the touch, just a light brush, like someone's hand passing over my skin. It was real. I could feel the skin prickle with the coldness of it. And then, it was gone. I'm shaking now, and I'm not sure what's worse, the touch, or the fact that I know it wasn't my imagination. I know the song is to blame. I know it is. But I can't remember why I clicked on it. I can't remember what made me think it was just a game. I tried to get rid of it. I searched everywhere, on my computer, on my phone, looking for any trace of it, any link, anything that might lead me back to that cursed file. But it's gone. There's nothing. There's no trace of the song. Just the lingering sensation of it. Just the haunting echo of those notes in my mind. The cold, the hands, the presence that refuses to leave me alone. It's getting harder to focus. My thoughts are starting to scatter. I keep seeing things, shadows darting across the room, movements I can't explain. I thought I saw someone standing in the hallway earlier, but when I went to check, the space was empty, just like always. I don't know how much longer I can take this. It feels like I'm being pulled under, slowly, piece by piece, like the world is slipping away from me, and all that's left is the cold, the whispers, the presence. I want to scream, but I can't. It's like my voice is trapped in my throat, held back by something invisible. And tonight, as I sit here writing this, I feel it again. The touch, just on the edge of my awareness. Someone's hand on my skin. I can't see them. I don't know where they are, but I can feel them. And they're closer than they've ever been. Day 5. I can't tell the difference between what's real and what's in my head anymore. I'm not even sure I want to know anymore. Last night was the worst night yet. I don't know if I slept. I don't think I did. Every time I closed my eyes, I felt it, the cold presence lurking just behind me. I could feel it breathing, just inches from my neck. I'd open my eyes, but there was never anyone there. Nothing visible anyway. But I felt it. The worst part. It wasn't cold. It wasn't the breath or the whispers. It was the touch, the hand, that light, freezing brush of fingers on my skin that I can't escape. I felt it last night, but this time it didn't disappear. It lingered. I could feel it pressing against my arm, my chest, my face, light but persistent, as if it was waiting for me to acknowledge it. Every time I turned my head, I expected to see something, someone, but there was nothing, only the shadows. It's been 5 days now, and I haven't slept a full night, not since the moment I clicked on that damn play button. I know it's the song. It has to be. There's no other explanation. I didn't think it could have this kind of power. I thought it was just some prank. But now, I'm starting to realize it's something far worse. I keep hearing things too. Things I don't know if I should call sounds or just thoughts. At first, I heard it faintly, like a voice in the back of my mind. But today, it was different. It was louder, clearer. I was sitting at my desk, trying to work, trying to feel normal. And then I heard it. A faint melody. The piano. But it wasn't coming from the computer. It was coming from everywhere. The walls, the air, the floor beneath me. I couldn't tell where it was coming from. It surrounded me, growing louder and louder, until it filled the entire room. I stood up, panicking, looking for the source, but it was everywhere. It felt like the sound was inside me, inside my mind. I tried to ignore it, but it wouldn't stop. It wasn't the same melody from the song. It was worse, a twisted version of it. The piano notes were slower, drawn out, like they were stretching the very air around me. They dragged and pulled, suffocating the room. Each note felt like it was pulling something from me, taking something that wasn't meant to be taken. I turned off everything, the computer, the phone, everything. But the song wouldn't stop. I went to the window, thinking I might escape it by going outside. But as soon as I stepped out into the hall, I froze. There was someone standing at the end of the hallway. I couldn't see their faces, just the silhouette, tall, thin. Their body was too still, too unnatural. I couldn't make out details, but I knew they were there, watching me. I opened my mouth to shout, but nothing came out. I tried to move, but my legs felt like they were glued to the floor. For a moment, all I could do was stand there and stare. And then, as quickly as it appeared, the figure was gone. I rushed back to my room, locking the door behind me. I tried to breathe, tried to convince myself it was just my mind playing tricks on me. The fatigue, the fear, it was all making things worse. But I know what I saw. I know what I felt. And it's not just in my head. Later, I tried to distract myself, tried to do anything to break the silence, to break the tension in my body that had built up over the past few days. I went online again. Big mistake. The first thing I saw was the same forum thread I had visited before, the one with the comment about the song, the one I should have left alone. There were new replies now, hundreds of them, more people talking about the song, more warnings, more stories. And then I saw it, a new post from someone who sounded just like me. I think it's getting worse. I can't sleep. I can't think. I hear it. I feel it. It's touching me. It won't stop. Is anyone else hearing it? The post was signed the 7th day. I don't know how to explain it. But when I read that, something in me snapped. It's been 5 days. The song. It does something to you. It warps everything. Time. Reality. You start to forget things. You start to lose yourself in the feeling. The worst part, I don't know if I'm making it worse, if I'm somehow feeding it, letting it grow, or if this is just what happens to everyone who hears it. I'm starting to see things again, not just in the shadows, not just in the corners of my vision. I saw someone standing behind me in the reflection of the kitchen window. I thought it was just my tired eyes, but when I turned around, nothing, no one. But I felt it again. The touch. This time it wasn't my arm or shoulder. It was my throat. I felt fingers wrap around my neck, cold and strong, squeezing just enough to make me panic. I couldn't breathe. My chest tightened, and I almost couldn't pull air into my lungs. And then, just like before, it disappeared. I ran to the mirror, checking my neck. No marks, no bruises, nothing to show what had happened. But I know what I felt. I'm writing this now because I'm not sure what's real anymore. It's day 5. I have 2 more days. I don't know if I'll make it. Day 6. It's like I'm living in a nightmare, but I don't wake up. I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this. Every minute feels like an eternity. Every breath is a struggle. I can feel it now. The presence. It's stronger than it's ever been. I think it's closer to me than before. I can feel it in the air, in the space between my skin and the air around me. It presses against me, tightens around me, like it's squeezing, like it's pulling me in. I can't escape it. No matter where I go, it follows me. The cold, the whispers, the touch. The worst part is, I don't even know what it wants anymore. I woke up in the middle of the night, but I'm not sure how long I had been asleep. Time has lost all meaning. It feels like I've been awake for days, but it also feels like I just closed my eyes. The room was colder than usual, and I could feel the shift in the air, the weight, like something had entered the room while I was sleeping. I tried to call out, but my voice wouldn't come. It was like my throat had been sealed shut, like my body wasn't mine anymore. But then I saw it, a shape, a shadow, a figure standing at the foot of my bed. It wasn't like the others I've seen. This one was solid, real. It was tall, impossibly tall, with long arms that reached out toward me. I couldn't make out its face. It was just darkness, void. But its eyes were glowing, bright, blue, piercing. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run, but I couldn't move. I was paralyzed, frozen in place. All I could do was watch as the figure inched closer to me, its eyes never leaving mine. I couldn't breathe. The air in the room was thick, suffocating. The cold was unbearable. It reached out. Its hand was pale, almost translucent, and I felt it brush against my cheek. Ice cold, like it had been buried in snow for years. Then, just as quickly as it appeared, it was gone. I jumped up from the bed and turned on every light. The room was empty, as it always was, but the presence, the feeling, lingered. I couldn't sleep after that. I sat in my chair, my eyes darting around the room, watching every shadow, every movement. But there was nothing, only silence. The day was no better. The unease only grew stronger as the hours passed. I went to the kitchen, trying to make some coffee to at least wake myself up, but I couldn't stop shaking. My hands wouldn't stop trembling, no matter how hard I tried to steady them. I keep hearing things now, sounds that make no sense. The scraping of nails across wood, the rustling of paper, the flickering of lights. It's all there, all around me. But when I look, nothing. I can't trust my own senses anymore. I don't know if I'm hearing things or if they're really there. But I know what I feel. It's real. It's here. I tried to look for more information about the song, but I couldn't find anything new. The forums are still full of people sharing their experiences, their warnings, but it's like no one really knows what's going on. Some of them talk about hearing the song in their heads, others about the presence, the cold touch. And then I found something new. One of the users mentioned a date. They said that after exactly 7 days, everything would stop. The song would end. The presence would fade. But until then, you had to endure. I looked at the calendar. It's day 6. Tomorrow will be the 7th day. But I don't know if I can make it through another day. The hallucinations are becoming more vivid. I saw a man in my reflection today. He was just standing there, staring at me, his face twisted in agony. His eyes were wide, his mouth open in a silent scream. I blinked, and he was gone, but it felt so real. I could hear his breathing. I could feel his desperation. The song is always playing in the back of my mind. I don't know if I'm hearing it or imagining it anymore. It's just there, like a constant hum in the distance, filling the space between my thoughts. I hear it when I try to sleep. I hear it when I wake up. I hear it when I close my eyes, when I open them. I feel it. It's suffocating. And now, the worst part, the one that makes me question everything. The feeling that someone is in the room with me. Someone who's been here all along, watching, waiting. I thought it was just my mind playing tricks on me. But tonight I saw them again. The figure. The tall one with the glowing eyes. They were standing by the door, right where I was sitting, watching me. Silent. I reached for my phone to take a picture, to prove it. But when I looked again, the figure was gone. Gone. But I could feel it. It's in my head. It's in the air. It's in the room with me. And I don't know how to escape it. Day 7. I thought it would end today. I thought I could survive for just one more day. But here I am, sitting in the same chair, writing this. I can barely hold the pen steady. My fingers are shaking so much that the ink is splattering across the paper. My mind feels like it's unraveling, piece by piece, and all I can hear is that damn song. It's there in the back of my mind, repeating, always repeating. But there's something else too, something that wasn't there before. A voice, a whisper at first, just faint like it was in another room, but it's getting louder. It's getting closer. It calls my name. I don't know how long I've been hearing it. Hours, days. It doesn't matter anymore. Time doesn't make sense. Time is irrelevant. I thought I was prepared for today, but I wasn't. I should have known better. I felt it yesterday. That feeling. The one where everything just changes. Where you stop feeling like you're alive. It started with a dream. Or maybe it wasn't a dream. It doesn't matter. I was back in the room. The one I first heard the song in. It was cold. Colder than I remembered. I could see my breath in the air. It was too quiet. No sound except the hum of the song in the distance. But this time, the song was distorted, twisted, like it had been slowed down so much that the notes were drawn out forever. It felt suffocating. I walked through the room trying to escape it, but the walls were closing in. I could feel them pressing against me, the air thick with the weight of something I couldn't understand. And then I saw it. It was standing in the corner of the room, the figure, the one with the glowing blue eyes. But this time, its face wasn't just a void. It was there. It was clear. It was me. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. The figure. I stepped forward, its face twisting into something grotesque. It opened its mouth, and for the first time, I heard the voice. You listened. I couldn't answer. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't. The figure raised its hand, the same pale, translucent hand that had touched me before. It reached for me, and I felt the cold seep into my bones. I felt it reach deep inside me, pulling at something I couldn't identify. I woke up gasping for air, my heart pounding in my chest. But I didn't wake up, did I? I haven't woken up. The presence is in the room with me now. I can feel it. It's closer than ever. The air is thick with it, and I can't escape it. I thought that today, when the seventh day came, it would end, that it would stop, that everything would go back to normal. But it hasn't. It's worse. I can hear it now. The voice. It's all around me. It's inside me. You listened, and now you belong to me. The walls are closing in again, tighter this time. My vision is blurring. I can't breathe. The figure is here. It's standing in front of me just like before, but it's different now. Its face is mine, but twisted, warped. It smiles and its eyes are glowing. There's no warmth, no humanity in them, just cold, lifeless blue. It reaches out, its hand brushing against my skin. The cold is unbearable. I try to run. I try to scream, but it's like I'm trapped. There's nowhere to go, no escape. And then, just as I think I'm going to break, I hear the song again. But this time, it's not coming from the computer. It's coming from everywhere. It's coming from inside me. The piano plays, slowly, hauntingly. The notes echo in my mind, reverberating through my skull. And I realize, with a sickening clarity, that the song has never stopped. It's always been there, inside me, waiting. The figure leans closer, its face inches from mine. Its eyes are filled with emptiness. Its voice is barely a whisper, but it echoes in my head, louder and louder. Now you are part of it. You are part of the song. I can't think. I can't focus. All I can hear is the song. All I can feel is the cold, the touch, the presence that fills every inch of space around me. And then it's gone. The figure, the song, the cold. It's all gone. I'm alone now, I think. But the song is still there, in the back of my mind. I can still hear it. It's always playing. I don't know what's real anymore. I don't know if I ever did. I don't know if I'm alive. End of day 7. I don't know if this is the end, or if it's just the beginning of something far worse. The presence is always there now. The song is always playing, and I'm not sure if I'll ever escape it. Was it real? Was any of this real? It doesn't matter anymore.